Hey, welcome back. I got another deck profile for you. So, I was depressed and I bought a bunch of packs, and I think the universe was trying to tell me to kill myself. They kept opening aura, but instead of doing that, I decided to build a deck. So, let's get into that. Here's the deck. Starting out with the level zeros, we got this Ricky Sete. On play, pay 1, clock top. Search deck for level 1 or lower, put it into your hand. Also, you could pay 1 and switch out your events, which is not relevant for this deck really. You play 3 events. It can come up sometimes, but not really. She's there because she's a Ricky. Green, which is important. Good plussing 0. Probably not great because Flom's a 2/1, but it's a Ricky, and green has like 3 good cards, and that's 2 of them. Next, we got this Frieren Brainstormer. When you play an event, you can look at top 2. Pretty good because one of your events you want to use as a counter, and you can look at top 2, put them back on top of any order, so you can potentially see a climax. Which, if you see it on there, it doesn't really matter, but it can help you stop from like a guy sighting for like 1 or something. And then self-top salvage Brainstormer. Also in blue. Blue is an important color in this deck. It's green-blue main, which really matters because green has such little card quality that you have to rely on all the blue stuff to get around, like just problem cards from like Muron and stuff. Next card is the on play, on attack double drop. This is the only way you can get into your Flom because it's a 2/1, which it sucks that like you have to use this to get into it and like reliably grab it. But like it is still a good card. Double hand filter is really good, especially if you like trigger a bar and then go into attack with this. The next attack, just a free card to pitch for it. Next card, pretty much your bar filter, but you can also ditch a climax. Salvage a character. Pretty good because you do try to like mill out your deck a little bit with some of the cards you got, and this helps you can grab like Floms back or anything else that you milled or that died. Next card is this Victory in Morning. When you trigger a climax, you can pitch a climax to salvage a character. That's the important part of this. It lets you turn your bars essentially into doors, which helps because you need all the advantage you can get in this deck at all times. And it can tap pump 1K, which is important because your 2/1 is a on reverse. So really good back row piece. Can help you get over and turn your bars into something that actually matters. Next is our oversized JC Himmel. On play, gets plus 1/5 and can look at top card of the deck, which is pretty good because it lets you try to fish for any triggers. And it's just a JC. You can use the back Flom back to hand so it doesn't just die. Then you can loop it next turn. Then final card, Bomb Deck Bomb and Climax Swapper Mage Frieren. Good card. You don't need 2 of it really, but I like the consistency. Also, it's more blue fix, which I don't want to clock these as much as I want to clock this one because you're playing bar. Next card's level 1s. I play 4 of these Lawns. On climax placement, he can pump a character 1/5. It helps get your Floms over stuff. And on play, if you have one of these engraved, you can just mark it under like that, and then act, you can discard, and then summon it from marker. So you can do that to essentially pump 3K on your Flom. Like these may just be under, but it does let you just beat over most things in the game early enough. Next card, these 2 Words of Deceit. Lugner, I don't know how it's the name, but on attack, real top. If it's a character or an event, you can pump a character 3K. Also, Light Lawn, these are just meant to pump your Floms over. Like, if they die, they die. It does not really matter. Your Flom is your advantage engine. You just have to use these to try to get over. And speaking of Flom, that bad Mamacita herself, she is on bar. She's a 2/1. Early plays if you have full or more board, it gets -1 level. And when it attacks, it gets plus X till end of turn, equal to the number of characters your opponent has times 1,000. So it can get at max plus 5K with climax. We'll be swinging at minimum 12 with Victory in Morning can be 13. With these can be 15 plus. And then on climax, on reverse. You can sack this from your area and look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose to adventure or magic or events, add them to your hand, and then you can choose a opponent's level 0 or lower character and kill it. So you can kill something with this and just pop their Brainstormer, which is really nice to do. Helps stop them from just turbo advantaging you the entire game if they have like a more reliable combo that they can tri-field. Next we have this 2/1. It's a 2K assist, and you can ditch a card to grab the event. It's there to help get your auras over, because you have to be over on climax placement, and if you go against any big wall decks, you're going to have to use these cards to try to wall over before you go to attacks. Then the event, magic that subjugates opponents. If you have one or less magic characters, this card cannot be played from hand, but you can choose it to 1. Or the guillotine in waiting room, return to your hand or put it in your stock, and then choose up to 3 of your opponent's characters, and they cannot be reversed. So this stops them from just slamming 3 zeros under everything if you have like a board, somewhat of a board set, and just not being able to get clock shot next turn. Notably, it just can salvage back an aura, or if you already have 3 in hand, just stock 1 to help pay for all of them. Then 2/1 anti-change, just an anti-change. Good card is good. And then the most important blue card, this Dozing Off Frieren. On play, you can pump a character 1 soul, and then you can sack this card to bounce a character. You're going to use this to, like if you're playing against Miron, for example, you would use this to bounce Shuna, then pump this up with Lond or Legionnaire, swing over a Miron, and then pop their Miron Brainstormer. That'd just be a good route, like good line of play. Like you would lose 2 lanes, but you would stifle their turn pretty hard next turn. And then, or the guillotine. 3/2. On play, you can draw to ditch 1, which helps you dig into her climax, which is a bar. Which, being a bar, this deck does just have the ability to just like go a funny haha slam bar with 3 zeros and go burr. But on climax placement, you compare power to the card in front of you and clock shot it. Now, like if they are hexproof, this does just not work. That's why Dozing Off Frieren is important. Like if you're playing with slime, you can bounce Shuna and just go, okay, I'm bigger, and clock shot it. And then this off finisher Fern, it heals in play. Then I can pay 1 digicard and on reverse. I'm sorry, pay 1, ditch 1, it'll get plus 2k, so 13k on climax, and then on reverse it'll burn 1. Decent off finisher to help with if like you can't just like be generically over it, if you have to like get around it some way, or just if you just didn't draw 3 of these, it's another burn. Then there's this 3/2 Ubel. Can't be early play from opponents level 3 or higher. Notably, it is another bouncer, but can only bounce front row, and I have to reveal for it. Not as good as Frieren, but like it is still another bouncer, which can matter if they have like a standby card that says like, oh, can pump like 15 to the board. And then final card, magic to create a field of flowers, stock shuffle, and can salvage card. Matters when it matters. Like if your opponent is like stocked super heavy, you can just drop this into double aura, use one of these to salvage back an aura. If you can, just do like this, 3 slam, and like hopefully that kills, because you just get free damage off of her clock shotting stuff. But that's the deck. It works pretty well. It's missing like the ability to not having the ability to tri-field a combo at level 1 is really rough, and if you do whiff and like hit a climax, you just lose so much hand and so much advantage that it does become kind of hard to play the game. But yeah, that's it.